Four corners. Sorry.
Hello and welcome, Grand Rapids. Thank you for joining us this evening. I'm your anchor, Josie Sabo.
And I'm your other anchor, Sean Francis. And because maybe sometimes the good Lord giveth Tucker Carlson getting fired from Fox News, and other times the good Lord taketh away Don Lemon also getting fired from CNN. But also, I'm not that upset about that, because there's good reason for that. Anyway, we have the local, national, and world stories you may have missed.
You're welcome, Grand Rapids. This is
NewsFlash. Dong ding. The Miller Knoll CEO, Andy Owen, is facing some backlash after she told her employees, who make an average of $45,000 a year, to stop worrying about their bonuses and focus on this company's sales goal. Owen, who took home $4 million bonus herself last year, said that she had an old boss who told her, "You can visit Pity City, but you can't live there." Now, apparently, they are allowed to take a trip to Fuck You Town as often as they want. Now, after this Zoom footage leaked, Owens did apologize. She says she feels terrible that her remarks were seen as insensitive. Pretty rich. She doesn't feel terrible for being insensitive. She just feels terrible that people feel that she was insensitive, which, I mean, kind of makes sense. Owens is, no joke, a resident of Gaslight Village. So, I mean, it's no wonder she's so well acquainted with fake towns.
In this week's Musk Minute,
Oof.
Elon is currently in a blue check war with Twitter user Drill. Another SpaceX test flight has exploded, and his brother apparently sold $17 million worth of Tesla stock. Looks like even his own family is jumping the exploding spaceship. Maybe that's why Elon also launched a partnership with eToro earlier this month, giving users the options to buy and sell stocks, including crypto. I guess he's trying to get anybody he can to take over his brother's shares, which makes the next story even more hilarious. Elon also publicly offered 1 million Dogecoins to anybody who could prove the existence of the Musk family-owned Emerald Mine, which many have pointed to as the source of Musk's massive inherited wealth and privilege. While the offer was seemingly a joke, one person took it seriously: Elon's own father. In an interview with The Sun, Errol Musk confirmed the existence of the mine, saying that Elon saw the emeralds in their own house growing up. Better pony up that Doge to pop, Elon.
At feels like a year ago already. Oh my God, this year. At last week's NRA convention, South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem said her 2-year-old granddaughter already has multiple guns. We're so impressed too. They grow up so fast, right? I mean, soon she'll be able to submit for America's Next Top Preschool Shooter. Yeah, that's a dark one, isn't it? But it's fucking weird, right?
Hey everyone, a recent poll has found that a majority of Americans are feeling exhausted at the idea of election rematch between Biden and Trump, with sadness and anger following close behind. All they're missing is denial, bargaining, and acceptance, and we all know that isn't happening. And we get it. Just because the movie theaters are flooded with sequels doesn't mean the ballot needs to be either. Although, who knows, maybe we'll get a Creed-style spin-off with Hunter versus Eric. And if anybody know who the direct bloodline to George Washington is, now is a really good time for a full franchise reboot.
On Friday evening, that's
me, Sean.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It's me again, everyone. On Friday evening, the Supreme Court issued a decision to protect access to specific abortion pills. While the battle of overturning Roe v. Wade carries on, everyone can agree that access to a specific oh my goodness. Help me out. Why can't I say that?
Pre-contractive? Yeah.
You got it. My brain couldn't read that word for a second. But that will be safe for all.
Yeah.
That is to say, if your lover sees you popping Flintstones vitamins, you're not going to be worried about any accidents that night.
Every day. Power Rangers are back! 30-ish years later, a straight-to-Netflix reunion special featuring most of the original cast of the popular 90s children's action show dropped last week on Netflix, but not without some obligatory modern updates. They still all do their own stunts, but instead of donning power suits, they prepare for battle with Bengay and Icy Hot. Also, the White Power Ranger is being asked to people to call him the Irish Power Ranger. White Power just sounds weird. Meanwhile, the Black Power Ranger is fine with his. Now, the Rangers are back in their own old hometown, most likely going to harass Rita Repulsa, who now works at Target. Bulk and Skull, of course, own their own dispensary. And most of the plot actually revolves around which retirement center they're going to put Zordon into. The big climax comes when the Megazord almost doesn't assemble at the last minute because the Blue Ranger is still trying to find a charging station for his Tesla Ceratops.
The slowest day of the year, April 20th, was last week. And to recap a week of stony stories, we turn to our resident cannabis correspondent, Greggy Ganja.
Chair? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Stay a while?
Yeah. Hi, how are you? I mean, wait, how are ya?
We're good, Greg. So, what all went down this year at 420?
Well, 420 was a big year. A lot of people got stoned, okay?
The day was a big year.
I'm telling you, I could have lived the entire day in that.
I did say earlier this year's been something. So.
I just wanted to tell you, 420 is very special, okay? Yeah. What does it mean? People always ask. They're going, is it measurements? You know, is it police vernacular? Is it the bong rips to dab ratio?
I hope not.
I don't know. Corporate weed is everywhere, man. Capitalism is really taking its work at weed, you know? Yeah. It keeps getting cheaper and stronger. So.
No, tell me about it.
I mean, if weed prices were like this 30 years ago, I wouldn't have been born. Because my dad's sperm count would have went up.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
He said I'm the result of the weed drought in 91. So. I just wanted to tell you guys my stoner thoughts of the week.
Sure, yeah. Hit us with some stony thoughts.
Yeah. Since we celebrated last Thursday, I just wanted to write down some things I thought we all could ponder, okay?
Yeah.
The Food Network. Did I put this on because I have the munchies, or do I have the munchies because I put this on?
Ooh, man.
It's kind of crazy how you bake cookies but cook bacon.
I guess that counts.
Why be the jack of all trades when you could be like a king or a queen or like an ace?
That's true. Jack gets a lot of credit.
Yeah. If simulation theory is real and we're all living in a simulation, we're all living in Weird Al's simulation.
Explain.
Well, if you could be a musician who makes fun of all the most famous musicians in the world, and everyone's like, yeah, man, you're doing a great job. In fact, why don't you come play with us?
All right, okay, I see where you're. Okay,
I could never do that.
That's true. Yeah, he really stacked the deck on this one then.
This is crazy, because I'm like reading this off paper, and this used to be trees.
Wow. Go in your own mind with these.
I want to tell you something. Taking a shower after pooping you could call it a full body bidet, and I'd sell it. Sell showers that way. Okay, my final thought.
Showers are doing okay on their own.
My final Ganja Greggy stoner thought is disc golfing. It's like hiking with a purpose. And that purpose is to get high in the woods.
All right, yeah. Give it up for Ganja Greg, everybody. Happy rolling. Toking, I guess. I don't know. For Detroit Lions players were suspended from the NFL last week after being caught gambling on league games. Yeah, they still have their eyes on the next championship, though. They were accepted into the Puppy Bowl as pooper scoopers.
Half of the Michigan Senate Republicans voted this week to keep a 92-year-old ban of unmarried cohabitation. They're trying to bring back the good old days when the only legitimate reason to get married was to avoid jail time.
It's true. Everything makes you think. A man walked into a Detroit deli on Friday and caused $20,000 worth of damage with a hammer. Whoa. Police have been unable to track down the culprit or understand any kind of motive of why someone would do something like that. But really, it's very simple. I mean, we've all been there. Some days, you just gotta beat your meat.
Boulder Ridge Wild Animal Park in Alto mourned the loss of its beloved giraffe, Tucker. It's been a long week for the staff, mostly because they had to find a lawn coffin, a lawn grave plot, and a lot of pallbearers. But just as a reminder, Boulder Ridge is not an accredited zoo. They're on the same level as the Tiger King, which means that one wonders if this giraffe was the victim of its own Carol Baskins.
Whoa! In other animal news, a new study suggests that feral dogs living near the Chernobyl power plant are experiencing rapid evolution. And as a result, many wannabe Pokemon trainers are heading there. At least that's what Michael Vick told people, that he's a Pokemon trainer now. Ah, great joke. But I think they're all going to be disappointed, Michael Vick especially. As it turns out, exposing dogs to radiation leads to a different kind of trouble. Yeah, service. That's the end! In COM News tonight!
We'd also like to thank our raters for NewsFlash this week, and if you'd like to see your name up here, you can submit your jokes to the email comedyoutletmondays@gmail.com with the subject NewsFlash Tips.
That's right. Find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Find videos of old shows, lineups for future shows, got our submission form to put your act on our stage, and learn about other ways you can get involved. But now, Grand Rapids, you're welcome. Newsflash, this is Comedy Outlet Mondays!